they killed in defence of their territory.
I have found it impossible to continue with my journal until now. Now I'm at home, in my pretty and comfortable and safe rosary. I feel strong enough to make one more effort to record the latter part of our tour of the battlefields with Hubert. Hubert wanted to introduce me to one from his squadron, Sergeant Buckham of the 1st Troop.
On your feet!
I met a slightly built man, perhaps 30 years of age, with a taut, wiry look about him. I wondered why Hubert had singled him out.
Buckham served continuously throughout the war. He won the military medal for bravery.
The sergeant looked even more taut and rather uncomfortable, and I wondered privately at this most unlikely-looking bearer of such an honour.
In the murderous mud of Flanders in the Great War, amidst daring reconnaissance raids and brutal fighting, 6650 Lance Corporal Buckham R. of the Elite Cavalry Regiment, the 1st Royal Dragoons, was awarded the military medal.
Gas! Gas! Gas!
Me and my brother got done for murder. 1906, the year of the Great Drought. We moved to Basildon because my father had a farm there, but he used to work in London. So me and my brother took care of it. We had trouble getting water that year. Some people tried to pinch some from our pond and got killed.
In the Southend Telegraph the following day, a terrible double tragedy was discovered at Basildon on Thursday when a man named Albert Watson and his wife, who lived in a small bungalow off Honeypot Lane, were found lying by a small pond, dead.
The old man attacked my brother with a bucket, broke his gun stock. Somehow him and his woman got shot.
Watson had a gunshot wound in his right loin, and Mrs. Watson had a similar wound in her chest.
Not that much different from us taking pot shots at Fritz when he pinches our stuff, and we get medals for it.
The police have arrested 2 youths, Richard Buckham, aged 20, and his brother Robert, aged 17, who will be brought before magistrates today.
The worst was going to court to testify. I never felt so frightened. I never felt so bad. Giving evidence against my brother. Nothing could be that bad.
Captain Kemble said, "Open and shut case, as they say. I just wish the poor wretches could be put out of their misery." My father was one of the justices at their committal in September, so he heard every grisly detail.
It's important to rehearse in one's mind how it must be. So, I assess the angle of the walk and the time it'll take for the whole party to reach the chamber. Timing's most important. There mustn't be any pause to allow the unnecessary clutter of thought. The utmost speed and efficiency is the key to a successful conclusion.
He also won the fancy dress party at the New Year.
At this, the sergeant gave a most delightful smile, and the ice was broken. And these other medals, for what were they awarded?
Well, this is the 1914 Star Medal for serving in the first part of the war. This is the British War Medal because I served in France. And this is the Victory Medal because of all the battles I've been in. We call them Pip, Squeak and Wilfred.
Tuesday, 11th of January, 1916. My dear Florrie, here's your own Fred again. Writing to you today because I might not get another chance for a little while.
It's the big one. This could be the last time.
I myself was moved to ask, Mr. Glennie, what defence could the prisoner have submitted?
We're in a place called Gordon Alley.
Leads right up to the fucking front line. Only 2,000 yards away. Some of the sapheads have only 25 yards between them. This is madness.
There is verifiable evidence of insanity in the family. Now, just 1 minute, said Uncle Mark. I don't know the details of this case. To be honest, until now, hadn't much interest in it. But the crux of the matter surely is the stability of our society.
There's a lot of work to do here.
Especially as we're overlooked by the fucking Fossier and that long bloody slag heap they call the dump.
We need to put up new wire, improve the saps, begin new support trenches, deep end and rivet the communication trenches.
So say the order papers. But don't tell her about the sniper posts, or the listening galleries, or the machine gun emplacements. Will I ever be able to talk to a stray? Will I ever be able to talk to her again?
We can't have anarchy. If the man killed illegally, the man must be stopped.
As I believe it is important to mete out a clean and instantaneous death to the delinquent in the most humane and dignified method possible, I herewith submit the following principles as a guide for my assistants or successors in the profession. One must ensure a respectable and professional appearance at all times. Polished shoes, brushed hat, watch and chain, essential for punctuality. I always wear a black suit with a tailcoat, as I feel that this is in keeping with the solemnity and dignity of the occasion.
But the jury could not agree, he said. Although they acquitted the younger one, they were undecided as to the older one's state of mind and responsibility for his actions. They clearly misunderstood the judge's instructions the first time round, said Lord Warwick. Yes, and he told them what he thought of them, didn't he? Said Lady Frances. Oh, she had fire in her eyes.
Ensure that the scaffold is suitable. Difficult steps are no good for a half-fainting prisoner. And that all this tackle's provided by the prison in good working order. 6-foot rope, wrist strap, leg strap, white cap, copper wire, pack thread or twine, tape measure, 2-foot rule, pliers, shackle. In the final hour before the prisoner is due, check all the equipment once more. On entry to the condemned cell, make sure there's nothing around the neck of the prisoner. The final process should take no more than a few seconds. The dispatch should be swift and proceed with systematic proficiency. Put the white cap on first, then the noose. Adjust as necessary. Whip out the safety pin. Push the lever. Never pull. The lever is like a railway signalman's points lever. Then drop.
Friday, 21st of January, 1916. Dear Florrie, I don't know if I shall show you this letter when I see you, but I shall write it anyway. They won't let me send it, that's for sure. I don't know how I've come through the last month. It isn't through being brave. It's funny I keep saying that. I'm not sure about anything anymore, except I want to be out of this blessed war. I got wounded a week ago in the Hullock fight. Cushy one, the Sarge said. It's only my hand, but it might just be bad enough for me to get sent home. Here's hoping. We stood to twice that morning. Of course you haven't any idea what that means. For me it's the worst possible thing. You have a panic fumbling to get your equipment ready, and you stand there like a statue for an hour, gripping your rifle so it numbs your hands, your bayonet fixed and glinting, gas helmet prickling you with sweat, your heart hammering, your groin curdling. You're told a gas attack is feared, and then without warning, the order is cancelled. You feel weak and wrung out with the rage of it all. Then in the evening, Bosch threw everything at us. Trench mortars, rifle grenades, hand grenades, as well as the guns. 4 of our men were killed, and 39 got wounded, including me and Buckham. Today I heard the regiment are moving to billets in Sellers and Vermelles, and Buckham's rejoined. Gone straight back to the regiment, straight back to living in holes in the ground and waiting to be shredded. I just don't see the sense of it anymore. To me it's all a sham. I can't feel any pride anymore, I just feel angry. And I don't bloody care who knows it, Florrie.
She said, as I recall, he said there was no good talking to them if he failed to put the points for discussion as plain as he could. He spoke to them as if they were naughty children. What a humiliation! What foreman could withstand such a public reprimand? Within half an hour of being sent away again, they had come back with a guilty verdict on both counts. My dear, said Lord Warwick, they had to. There was no other verdict possible.
Your parents must be very proud of you.
My father's dead, Mum, but I think my mum's pleased.
He wouldn't talk to us. For years he didn't talk to us. We didn't know he'd joined up. We didn't know if he was alive or dead.
My wife, too.
You have children.
And my wife is with child, due in a few months.
Then you will have much to celebrate. At the anniversary of the armistice this autumn.
Yes, it will be the beginning of a new life for me.
And where will this new life be, Sergeant?
In Canada, Mum, where my wife was born. She's my family now.
But how we cheered him that day when he left the courtroom a free man. Cheers and backslapping all the way down to the station. Then after so long coming home, freed from the war. How we hugged him with his bright medals and his bright new wife. They'll have a new life in Canada, they say.
What a wonderful culmination to all these awful years.
Thank you, my lady.
Yesterday, we were in London for the peace celebrations. It was a grey, cloudy day and drizzly, though that did not dampen the spirits of the thousands of people who lined the streets. We did not stay for the fireworks. I think Charles was relieved when I pleaded fatigue and desired of him to take me home. It has been an exhausting 3 weeks. I could not do such a tour again. I am glad I met the sergeant.
Just for now, we have his little boy. My grandson, Robert. Yes. He did all right.
The prisoner was standing, facing me, solemn-faced. I quickly strapped his wrists behind his back and said, "Come this way." He walked in front of me with a warder either side of him as we joined the procession across the courtyard. The escorting officers mounted the cross planks and stopped him as he stood on the tee. I turned to face him, eye to eye, the last look. Remember, cap, noose, pin, push. Fee received on 10th of December 1906 for services rendered, £10.